Alrighty, so we are entering the airport in Lisbon, and man, you can already smell the air. It's a little bit different. There's me and my sister. Hey. Smells like cigarette smoke. Cigarette smoking is still allowed here, regulated areas, and it's separated, but you can still smell it in the air. Moving along, there are a lot of clear signs. Tells you where to go. We're going to go to baggage claim. We actually already passed through customs because we took Air France with our layover in Paris. So we weren't sure if we needed to go through it another round because this is my first time in Europe, but thankfully we didn't. So we just went right on through. Bom dia, George Clooney. This is definitely the part where I messed up with my video control with my Insta360 Go 2. This sometimes happens, you don't realize that you end up hitting the button and it starts recording out of nowhere. And then it overheats, and so that's become a bit of a problem. But as you can see from this blurred image, what's cool about the airport is as you make your way out, getting a SIM card. I had heard that you can get a SIM card right in the airport, and so there's Vodafone right there. And so I tried it out for the week that I've been in Portugal. And so while it's pretty good, I had read that it's not the best. And one of the things I've learned in general, as a heads up, is that whenever I've been out in places, yes, Wi-Fi is pretty available in a lot of restaurants you can ask for, and they'll give you the Wi-Fi password kind of like set up and all around and what have you. But what I did notice is that the other competitor, which is rated as #1, I believe, Neo, N-E-O, I would see that quite a bit everywhere. It would always show up as far as the Wi-Fi kind of span of things, and it's always there and available everywhere I went. So had I had Neo, I would have been able to sign up to just get Wi-Fi wherever I was. So I think the next time I would go, I would sign up for that. So just a heads up. But for ease of convenience, and this being the first time, I just kind of wanted to get the SIM card like right there. I'm going to work out just fine. We were going to take the train because the metro system in Portugal and, well, pretty much Europe is pretty good, but we were kind of running late and we wanted to get to our Airbnb faster, so we decided to get a taxi instead. We went outside, found the taxi sign. What's really cool is that it seems actually pretty organized. We got into a line and there's actually parking spaces there for the taxis. They're kind of lined up in their own little section and they kind of pull up one by one. So there's somebody coordinating. It's really interesting because the person wasn't really in uniform, but you could just tell he was kind of in charge and he was kind of shuttling us to where we needed to be as far as the taxi. And, you know, he'll ask us, do you want to pay by card or cash? And what I've learned is definitely cash is king, especially when it comes to taxis. Most taxis will only take cash. Some will take card. If they take card, you kind of have to step to the side, and he just has to flag down one that can take card. So much more organized than what I've experienced in the US, where it's just chaotic when they're just kind of yelling at you to get your attention and, you know, trying to get you into the cab and what have you. Uber does work over here as well. We've tried Ubering around when we needed to for convenience sake. It's pretty incredible to experience a taxi service. And the driver was extremely nice, giving us plenty of tips. He knew that we told him that it was our first time in Portugal, and he's like, Lisbon is super, super safe. If you walk around at 3 o'clock in the morning and totally normal and fine and nobody bothers you. And that has definitely proven to be true as I've experienced. We walked over to an Airbnb, as you can see. It's like dark alleyways, but people, yeah, nobody bothered you. Everybody's kind of like walking about and it's kind of like normal. You feel also fairly safe walking around in the city. And then we got to our little side street to our Airbnb here in Bairro Alto. And yeah, more on that later. Stay tuned.